This is Uptime Kuma, a self-hosted uptime management tool with alerts, status pages. Today we're going to set all of this up and manage all of our containers, make sure everything's nice and healthy, and you can set up custom status pages, custom notifications as well. Over the last month and a half, we've set up quite a lot of self-hosted services such as Audio Bookshelf, Twingate, hosting services. We've got, Open Web UI, Olam, Nextcloud. We have loads of services running, but we have no way to monitor them, make sure they stay up. So in today's video, we're going to set up Uptime Kuma so we can get notifications based on our services and we can monitor them and have a nice page. So what I've done first is we're just in our server directory again, like we have been in previous videos, and I've made a new folder called Uptime Kuma, and I've made a Docker compose files. This will be in the description below. Now, just to run through this quick, we're just grabbing the latest version of Uptime Kuma. We're doing restart unless stopped. It's going to be on port 3001. It's got the app data, and this one's quite important here. We're giving Uptime Kuma read-only access to the Docker sock, or the socket. Essentially what that means is it's going to be able to look into what containers we have. It's going to make monitoring our services a bit easier, so we're not doing it through HTTP, we're doing it through Docker. So as long as Docker is running, we can check our containers, even if there's no network connection, so we don't have to use the internet for it. Okay, this will be in the GitHub down below, so you're more than welcome to use that as well. So I'll just do sudo docker compose up-d and it'll pull the container, create the data for you, and once it's running, you're all good. So if we come up here and open up a new tab and just go to my server's IP address, 115, it's port 3001 as we said. And if you do appreciate these videos where we just get straight to it, make sure you subscribe, it'd help me out a lot. Okay, so we're gonna set up Uptime Kuma nice and quick. Just type in a username and set a password. There you go. Once you're in it, the screen will look a little bit like this. Now, although I pulled the latest, I for some reason have an update available, but it might be to do with a repo I'm using. What you'll see here is your quick stats. You'll see your up, down. You can have maintenance as well. So if you're looking into service management, so for example, if you were hosting a game server and you wanted to give people an update page, we're going to create a status page in a minute, and this will tell them if it's in maintenance or it's down, or it's up, if it's been paused, unknown. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff here. So let's just jump straight into actually creating services. We'll just add new monitor. And you'll see here that we can add the monitor type. So you can do HTTPS, so you could just do URLs. Or you come down here to Docker container, which is what we're going to do today. But there's a lot you can do down here, so like Steam game servers, SQL databases. But as I said, Docker container. Friendly name, what I'm going to monitor first is Twingate. So this is my VPN tunnel out of my network onto my phone and my laptop. And it's going to need a container name or ID. So if we bring our terminal back up, zoom in a touch, I'm going to do sudo docker container ls, and it will bring loads of these wonderful characters up. I'm going to have to zoom out a touch just so I can get a bit of a clearer line here. So what we're looking for, these container IDs. Now, unfortunately, Uptime Kuma doesn't grab these automatically. So I'll copy Twingate's connector and drag it over here. And you'll see it's not available on the Docker host yet because we need to click the plus button. Just name this whatever you like. So I'll name mine server, it'll be a socket. And this line here will match the line that we've given it in the compose. So make sure that's accurate. Click test. And we're connected successfully with 12 containers. Unfortunately, there's not a drop down, which would have been lovely. But it can see there's 12 containers there. So we go to Twingate, the container ID. You see every 60 seconds it'll check it, but because this is self-hosted, you can do this as many times as you want with retries. Then we'll just hit save. There we go, so we can see Twingate's up. It's not doing ping because it's an actual service, but if you were doing HTTP, it can monitor ping. So you can have uptime statistics. So using these container IDs here, I'm just going to go down and add a few. Okay, I've now got 4 services here. So I have Home Assistant, Jellyfin, N8N, and Twingate. So these are my main services that I'm using at the moment. What I'm going to do now is come up to the top here, up to status pages, and create a new status page. I'll just name this home server. This will be the URL for it, the path, so it's going to be /status/home, and click next. You can add description, footer text. Now you can customize this as much as you want. You're making your own status page here. Google Analytics ID, custom CSS, there's loads. But I'm going to add a couple monitors in here. Just come under services, but you can rename this, change all the emojis. There's loads you can do here, which is really nice. Custom footer, let's put hello, subscribe. And if I click save, you'll now see that we have our own status page here, but I can just go open a new tab, so you could save this. And you could have your own little monitoring dashboard, which is really cool. A dashboard like this is useless unless you get told something goes wrong. So we need to set up a notification system as well. So I'm just going to jump back to Uptime Kuma here. And inside settings, you'll have this notifications panel here. You'll see that we don't have anything yet. So we're going to set up a notification. Now you can do Telegram, Twilio, Slack, Signal, there's loads. But what I'm looking for is NTFY, because this one works without me having to expose it to the internet yet. But once we get Cloudflare working, we'll mainly be moving to another service. So I'll just name this NTFY alert. Topic, we'll just call it home server. It doesn't really matter either way. And then this is the bit where we have to do on the phone. So on your app store on your phone, you want to come across to here and search for NTFY. So we're looking for this application here, made by Philip. So if I open this up, you see I was actually doing some testing here before, but I can go and delete that channel. You want to click the plus icon in the top right and create a topic name. So topics may not be password protected, so choose a name that's easy to guess. So in theory, somebody else could add a subscription to this, but there is a way for you to use another server so you can use your own self-hosted setup. So I'm going to do Nate's Uptime Kuma 5599, a little bit harder to guess, and click subscribe. Then you're pretty much all set, to be fair. Once you've set up the subscription to your topic, you just want to add it on the end here. So mine was called Nate's Uptime Kuma 5599. And then you can set priority as well. So all events are sent with maximum priority already. And you can add authentication as well. So you can get a bit more into this, but it's up to you how you set all this up. This is the default, and I'll apply. And I will send a test one. I'll make sure that comes through. But what we're going to do in a second is kill a service and make sure we get notified about it. Okay, so there we go. So just to recap already, we are monitoring our self-hosted setups. We have a home server status page, and we have notifications working. That nice and quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kill a service, and we're going to see if we get that notification through. So we'll switch back over to the phone to see that. At the top, you can see that test notification we sent, topic, home server, title, message, priority, all that junk. I'm actually going to kill Jellyfin now. So we should get a notification for in a minute. So yeah, at the top, you see there that Jellyfin is down. So we can obviously customize these messages a bit more. This is very ugly. So the home server request failed with 404, Jellyfin down. So that's going to tell us, and you will get pop-up notifications too, which is really nice and helpful. This is what it looks like over here as well. So you see Jellyfin's now only 82%. So if I come to the status page as well, you see Jellyfin is down. So you can see we have an issue here, and we can actually go and fix it. It's called as well partially degraded services. Feels really professional actually, but there we go. So now we have Uptime Kuma running. We've set up a status page, notifications. We can monitor all of our services. We can keep everything up and running. But there's so much you can actually monitor here. Like, let's check out google.co.uk. There you go. So you can monitor web pages as well. This is where we're getting a ping. So you can see it's 255 millisecond response time. Then it will give you an average response time over the 24-hour period. You can see certificates will expire in 57 days. It's brilliant. So now you've set up your own self-hosted monitoring solution. And we'll give Gerald access to this as well at some point. With that, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.